Oh yeah, Black Sun and the Hizzle. Oh, the shizzle dizzle. We got an excellent show here today. Y'all see the title. Y'all see the title. I woke up this morning and I'm like, really? Seriously? Oh my God. So let me fill y'all in. I did a video yesterday how Trump said, look, either y'all send some hostages home and do a ceasefire, or all hell is going to break loose. This is Trump's word, right? Yesterday, Biden gets on, has a press conference like, well, that's the deal that I made. I made the same deal. And so now Biden is taking credit. He's taking credit because they're saying technically because Trump, because Biden is still in office, that Trump doesn't take presidency until a couple of days. Roberts, what up, man? Yo, did you hear the news? Did you hear that Biden is taking credit for Trump's negotiation deal? Because Biden said, "Well, I made a similar deal. It was similar to my deal." So he, and technically he's saying because he's still president, he takes credit for it. You can't make this stuff up. Robots, you cannot make this up, bro. How you doing, bro? How you doing, man? I ain't seen seen you in a while. Rapid robots, I haven't seen you in a while, brother. But yeah, this is the way I start my morning this morning. It is colder than it was yesterday. I don't know why, but yeah, it's colder. It's I want to say slightly colder, but no, it's way colder than it was yesterday. But yeah, Biden's taking credit. You know, Biden is taking credit, man. He's really, you know, I find this. You almost gotta laugh at it. It's almost hilarious. Biden's whole approach to this thing in his last days. What's funny is Trump said Biden got millions from Eastern Europe. Biden didn't even deny it. No, he didn't deny it. In fact, I don't know if you heard the hearings yesterday, but Pam Bondi, who is going to be the that went before the Senate, they were trying to get her to admit that she's going to go after Liz Cheney and Jack Smith. They try to really get her to admit that. But my thing is, if Jack Smith and Liz Cheney didn't do nothing wrong, then why are y'all even worried about it? So y'all must feel that they're guilty. And yeah, that whole Senate, man, them Democrat senators, they just they are definitely pushing that narrative. Pam Bondi said, "Look, nobody told me to go after Liz Cheney, so why are y'all making a big deal about it?" But they just kept hammering that, hammering. Like, yeah, they really trying to protect Liz Cheney. But my thing is, if Liz Cheney is guilty, then just have Biden partner. Just have Biden pardon Liz Cheney. That's it. So, well, let me read your comment, man. So, damn it, California keep burning. It's cold as fuck here. I'm just kidding. Tina says they haven't done anything for the past 4 years, but all of a sudden, Biden make a deal at the last minute. You're right, you're right. I'm so glad you're not falling for it. I see, right. All of a sudden, Biden, Biden he's a trip, bro. He is a funny president. Biden has got to be the funniest president of all time. He is a jokester. One thing I can say about Biden, he makes me laugh. Joe Biden makes me laugh, man, because he just, like you said, 4 years, they haven't done shit. Then all of a sudden they jump in front of the cameras. Well, I made the same deal, but my deal was just like Trump's deal. And I was like, man, Biden, sit down, bro. Sit down. You can almost, it's almost like he's so funny. I can't hate on Biden. I can't hate the man because he's so damn funny. It's like you want to be mad at him, but he's so damn funny. He just puts a smile on your face because he's so comical. Biden is so comical. He just makes me laugh. He tickles me. And when I'm tickled like this, and I'm smiling, I can't hate him. As silly as he is, I can't hate on Biden because he is just a silly. He's just silly, but he's so comical. He just makes you laugh, man. I mean, I have not laughed so hard. Like Biden, like, yo, he's better than some of these comedians. Like, yo, Biden is a funny dude. Joe Biden is a funny dude, man. He just makes me laugh. I have not laughed. Like, I'm gonna tell you, under his administration, observing him, he has made me laugh. I'm gonna miss Biden's blunders. I'm gonna miss his just silliness. I'm gonna miss this silly ass man. He is just so silly, and he just makes me laugh. Like I'm gonna genuinely miss that, y'all. I'm gonna genuinely miss that because he makes me laugh. The dude is so funny. You gotta be kidding me. So when I saw the press conference, I just was like, really? And I just had a big smile on my face, like, yo, he's doing it again. Like like Biden is yo, he's a funny dude. He is a funny dude. Yo, let me read some of these comments, man. Reality Nancy says, only what 4 more days and Biden is finally out. Yeah, Nancy. Yeah, Nancy. He's gonna be finally out, and yeah, on his way out, it's just like he's Nancy. Yeah, yeah. 4 more days. Now, Nancy, my question to you: is it gonna be a long 4 days? Is this 4 days gonna be like? Is this gonna be the longest 4 days of our lives? Is each day gonna turn into a week? Is each 4 days gonna turn into? Is 4 days gonna turn into 4 weeks? Is 4 days going to turn into 4 weeks, Nancy? That's all I ask because this is going to be the longest 4 days. It's like the more you think about it, the longer, the longer it just drags on. So it's going to seem like an eternity. I swear, it's going to seem like the longest 4 days of our lives. I don't know, but on the way out with Joe Biden, man, yeah, he's just doing some funny stuff, man. So I guess it won't be so bad because if he could put a smile on our face for the silliness that he does, then hey, yeah, this press conference, I was like, wow, he really tickled me. He really tickled me, taking credit for Trump's negotiation. Like we clearly saw Trump get up there and say, look, and he had to negotiate right there, and he said, look, man, I want this done before I get in the office, and if not, all hell's going to break loose. That was a clear threat to Hamas and whoever else in the Middle East. And he said all hell's going to break loose, man. And yeah, and now Biden is taking credit for it. Biden is like, oh yeah, I mean, I had a similar deal. I had the same deal. I mean, and I'm like, come on, Biden. Oh God, he really wanted to take credit, but whatever, man. We know, we know who made the threat. We know who made the threat. But if they want to write in the history books that and give Biden credit, I don't know what to say. But I tell y'all what, don't worry. Trump is going to do so many great things well, I'm not going to say that is insignificant. But let me just say this, and you guys may not agree with me. You guys may not agree with me, but Trump's going to do so many great things that we can actually afford to give that credit to Biden. We can give that to Biden. And I know that y'all don't want to hear that. Y'all don't want to hear that. Y'all say, no, black son. No, he don't get credit for that. But there's so many other great things that's going to happen. So, you know, um, I guess the main thing is that, the hostages, some of the hostages are going to be free. Now, the war's not over yet, and all the hostages aren't free. We're going to get, like I said, Trump still has work to do on that. But the point that I'm making is that Biden wants that little bit of credit and on his way out. He wants that little bit of credit. Let me read the comments, y'all, because I already know y'all are like not feeling Biden. Okay, let me see. Oh yeah, y'all lighting up. Ooh, y'all lighting up the You guys are lighting up the chat here. Uh-oh. So, okay, so Tina says, like when Kamala said, do not come, do not come. Rapper Robot says, the Democrats blow my damn mind. I don't pick any political team, but Biden is ridiculous as fuck. It's hilarious. It is hilarious. It is hilarious. It's just funny how blatant Biden is trying to take credit for this. So it's just, I don't know how they're going to write it in the history books. I think technically they're trying to say that Biden gets credit because as of right now, he is president. So he would get credit for it, not Trump. And I'm just like, mm-mm. Speaking of which, and I'm going to tell you why this is important. It's not even significant. It's a small thing that I saw, and you guys may have seen it too. I know this is a crazy question, but I'm going to ask you guys anyway in the chat. I don't watch it, but I'm going to ask you guys if you guys watch it. I have other channels that watch it, but do you guys watch The View? I don't watch The View, but I watch other channels that watch The View. And one of the hosts on there said if Trump manages to be successful with this negotiation, she will wear a Trump hat on the show. Now, I don't watch The View, but I would watch The View just to see if she wears that damn Trump hat. But I already know she's not going to honor it because they're trying to give Trump credit, so that gives her an out. That gives her out. She'll be like, oh, well, yeah, I mean, Biden is the one. I mean, Biden's the president. Right? She's going to make some excuse. Watch what I say. She's going to make some excuse why she's not going to be, now why she's not going to wear the Trump hat. She's going to make some, they're going to spin it. They're going to spin it. So I just want to get y'all take on that. But I know y'all see the bullshit. I know y'all would like to see her put the Trump hat on The View. I would love to see that. I would love to see that. But we already know they're going to spin it to where she ain't got to do it. She going to make up some excuse. And they're going to lose more credibility. So let me see. Um, Biden is ridiculous. All thanks, dog. Um, Oh, laugh at Nancy. I misread that like 10 times. Yeah, I agree. Um, Nancy says, I hate The View. Those, I do too. I do too, Nancy. But I don't know if I was just asking if you saw that because that would actually, what's so funny? That would actually bring views to their show if she wears that hat. And I think it might just be a ploy just to get people to watch their show. That might just be a ploy because when I saw that little clip, I was like, damn, I would watch the show just to see her put on the make MAGA hat. But it might just be a marketing ploy to get more people to watch it because they're losing viewers. So just like how you, Nancy, you say you hate that show, I hate that show too, just like you do. I hate even, and I don't even watch it. I'll be watching other YouTubers and they be playing clips of it, and that's how I know about it. But I would never watch no trash like that. I would never watch no trash like that. But just for the sake of just seeing if she would honor her word and wear that Trump hat, I would watch it just because of that. And I know they're trying to me, I think they're trying to get viewers to see if she's going to wear the Trump hat. So, but I already know how it's going to work. She's going to make up an excuse. She's going to say, well, technically, Biden is a president, so Trump is not, they're going to make up some bullshit. Some bullshit, man. So, you know what? I wouldn't even ask you guys to even put yourself through that, to watch that bullshit. And you know what I'm saying? So I would never ask y'all to watch the show. I would never ask y'all to do something I wouldn't do. So I would never ask y'all to watch The View and I don't watch The View. So there we go with that, y'all. So Nancy says, don't watch The View, but I would watch the day that had appeared. Me too, Tina. Me too. Robot said, honestly, I never watched it. I think 90% of those shows are propaganda. Facts, facts. Y'all speaking facts in the chat. Y'all speaking facts. Nancy said, Whoopi and the redhead are nuts. Not as nutty as damn Sonny Hostin. Sonny Hostin is gone. Like Sonny Hostin make Whoopi and the redhead, I forgot her name. It's not important, but Sonny Hostin, and it's interesting because you know Sonny Hostin. Nancy, did you know Sonny Hostin's husband is mixed up and involved in some type of insurance scandal? Did y'all know that? He has some type of there's some type of insurance scam that's going on that's got her husband in hot water right now. So, you know, Sonny Hostin's always, oh, I would never vote for a convicted felon, but you might be married to a convicted felon. So, yeah, but I was just wondering if you guys knew about that. So, you know, imagine me, I'm doing a show talking about The View. God dang, boy, the Democrats have really put their foot, man. I'm sitting up here talking about The View of all things. But again, I think that's a marketing ploy to get people to watch their show because I don't even talk about The View. So for me to be talking about The View, you see how it's a marketing ploy? I'm talking about it and I'm putting it out in the atmosphere and somebody, man, not saying y'all or myself, but somebody be curious to see if she gonna put on the hat. If she puts on the hat, that shit will go viral. So it would be a marketing ploy. I think it's a marketing ploy. They don't do things by accident. It's a marketing ploy because people would begin to talk. If she put on a MAGA hat, that shit would go super viral. That shit would go super viral, and they would have a new amount of viewers. So that's actually that's actually a genius marketing ploy because it would have MAGA people, not saying all MAGA people, because there's people like us that will stick to our guns, but there are probably MAGA people that would be curious and they would probably watch the show. So that's a marketing ploy, y'all. That is a marketing ploy. Think about it. Think about it. You're saying you're going to wear a MAGA hat. So only people that would be curious about that are MAGA supporters. Think about that. And now you got MAGA people being curious and now cutting on the show. Now you got all these MAGA eyes watching the show that they didn't have before because they're losing viewers. That is a genius marketing ploy. That's what that is. That's what that is, chat. Nancy, Tina, Beverly, that's what that is. That is a marketing ploy to get you to watch the show and to pull you in. Oh, well, you know, she might wear a MAGA hat. That's a marketing ploy. Yeah, I see right through that, y'all. I see right through that. And I know y'all see right through that too. That's a marketing ploy. Because a lot of us are like, we're nauseated. When we hear about The View, we get nauseous. We that's how we get. So what better way to get eyes on The View than to say, well, you know, if Trump does this, I'll put on a MAGA hat. Yeah, because it got me curious. Like, Oh, Pico, what's going on, Pico, man? It's good to see you, brother. Good to see you, man. We got about an hour before the other stream, so um, definitely we'll see you at the BMP Black Metal Productions. It's another channel that me and Pico be watching together. I usually 9 o'clock, so I usually try to go on before then, so I don't miss that. But anywho, y'all, Nancy said did not know. Beverly says, "Hey, how you doing, Beverly? How you doing, Beverly? How you doing, Beverly?" Shout out to Beverly. Um, I think you guys were on what? Beverly, were you on a Rolling Show last night? She had it, man. She had like 300 people in there, man. They were watching that town hall with Tiffany Hillier, man. She had it jumping in the chat like that. I like stopped by real quick, but I had a bunch of house chores. But you know, Uh, Shout out to Miss Rowland, man. She had it. Tiffany, Tiffany here to be getting Miss Rowland a lot of views, man. So shout out. Nancy said, "Yep, it would go viral most likely." Yeah, it would, Nancy. Think about it. It would go viral, and it would draw in a lot of MAGA people because MAGA people would take that as a win. Like we want to see that just to see if she keeps her word and to agitate the rest of the women on the View by having that MAGA hat to see their reaction, and we would just love to see it. I think a lot of us would drool to see something like that, just to see the look on their faces, to see one of the women on there with a MAGA hat and just be like, oh, it would just be so satisfying. It would be so satisfying. It would be like eating a damn steak. It's mm, like eating like a steak at a stand. That would be like satisfying like that, just to see their visceral reaction to a MAGA hat, just a MAGA hat on the View show would just be just so. It'd be like eating a steak. Like, it would just be so. It would be so satisfying. So yeah, again, I think it's a marketing ploy because the MAGA people would love to see that. We would love to see that. We would love. Yeah, it would go viral. It would be viral. It would be viral for a whole week because not only will you have a MAGA hat of somebody wearing it, but just their reactions, their comments, like that would, yeah, that's a marketing ploy. That is a marketing ploy. That would damn boost their ratings like so high, and then, you know, that would spark our curiosity. And then, well, what else would they do? And then, yeah, that's to draw people in. That's a marketing ploy to draw people in. That's all that is. Like again, I'm sitting up here talking about it right now. I'm giving them free advertisement right now talking about it. So yeah, that's all that is. We see right through that. So let me continue with the comments, y'all. Tina says, I would just wait for someone to follow to cover them wearing the hat. Don't want to give them crackling ladies any views. No, I'm the same way, Tina. I watch other channels that cover the View. I don't watch them directly because I'm like you. I don't want to give them no views. But other channels always be covering them, and I'm like, damn. So I guess ain't no way around it. But the channels that I watch be clowning them. So I'm just like, okay, what happened on the View today? So when I saw that, I was like, oh, really? So she's been in, and my first thing is like, no, she's gonna make an excuse why not she should wear a hat, and then out of the blue, Joe Biden comes up with this press conference talking about, oh well, I mean, well the deal Trump made, I made that deal. I'm like, come on, really? I mean, Trump made the deal, but I made the deal. I made the deal months ago. I mean, Donald Trump, but I mean, I made the deal though. I made the same deal. I'm like, come on, man, but you didn't get it signed though, Mr. Biden. Like, so you just gotta laugh at Biden. He just tickles me. He's such a silly man. He is such a silly man. Biden is such a clown. He just makes me smile. He makes me laugh. He just makes me laugh, man. It's just like, laughter, they say, is good for the soul, y'all, right? And trust me, after these 4 years under the Biden Harris administration, I mean, oh God, some of the worst 4 years of my life, right? But what kept me going through these 4 years on this harsh economy, under this open border, under these damn, I mean, just high crimes happening and all this, Biden kept me laughing. He kept me laughing through the madness. And with only 4 days left, made me laugh again. And I'm just like, wow. He done stole from Trump and made me laugh. You gotta be like, damn, what makes you what's the old saying? What makes you laugh makes you cry. I don't know whatever the saying is, but what I'm saying is, yeah, laughter is good. They say comedy is like they say that, yeah, laughter is good. Laughter is good for, and Biden, the laughter has kept me going through his whole administration, man, just laughing at him. Like he was just so comical. Now I will say this, y'all, because I don't want y'all looking at me sideways. It's wrong for me, and I will admit it. It was wrong for me to laugh when I'm not going to even say it because I don't want y'all. I don't want y'all subscribing from me and looking at me sideways. But let me just say this: those blunders that he did, him falling and stuff. Now I'm not going to laugh at that because he could have seriously got injured. I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but come on, man. When he was running up the damn airplane and kept stumbling, he just kept falling and stumbling, and I'm just like, oh gosh, he's gonna break a bone. But again, I know that's not funny, y'all. I know that's not funny because he could have got seriously hurt. But come on, y'all. Some of y'all chuckled when he damn fell. You ain't gotta admit it, but y'all know y'all some of them blunders, y'all was like some of y'all were laughing, man. Y'all ain't gotta admit it to me, but some of y'all were laughing. Some of y'all were laughing at some of them blunders that Biden was doing. Yo, Biden is just some crazy blunders. Now I will say this, and this ain't funny either. But I know some of y'all were laughing, but this ain't funny either. Some of those damn dementia rants he be doing, you're like, he, I don't know if y'all seen the one where he was like, all right, well, they're telling me I need to go to bed now. I mean, he has some crazy rants, and I'm just like, damn, this shit is very entertaining. But it's tragic because, again, you don't want to see nobody fall, and you don't want to laugh at nobody going through their mental state. But he be saying some funny shit, though. He would be saying some funny shit, bro. He would be saying some weird ass shit. He'd be like, oh, well, they're telling me to get off the stage, and I gotta go to bed. He would just say some weird shit. And you'd be like, oh my God, he just having a mental decline moment. So, again, man, I will say this Biden was a funny dude. He was very entertaining. Not as entertaining as Trump, but he was entertaining, though. He was very entertaining in a funny way. And so, yeah, will I miss Biden? I'm not going to miss his economy. I'm not going to miss his open border policies. I'm not going to miss none of that shit. But Biden himself, with his just weird rants, I'm going to miss that. I'm going to miss that. So I guess this is Biden's way to go out with a bang. Taking credit for dang Trump. He's like, oh, well, I came up with that. I came up with that months ago. That shit is funny. Even though it's frustrating to the MAGA people that y'all want, the credit to go to the proper place. Like that's Trump's doing. Trump is the one that made the threat and said, look, if the hostages ain't released, all hell's gonna break loose. And Hamas is like, here come Orange Hitler. I'm, and they came with this damn deal and they signed off on it and they got a ceasefire and now Biden is taking credit. So Jesus Christ, man. So let me read some of these comments, man. Y'all, woo, man. I'm glad we're having a good time because it's actually warming me up, man. Because as y'all know, it's cold here. Um, Nancy says, didn't Whoopi already walk off already once in the show? I think she walked up. I think she walked off a couple of times, actually, Nancy. I think Whoopi, she, I'm gonna have to look into it, but I think she done had a couple of situations where she like went off and uh yeah, she walked off and then she just she had her attitude. So yeah, Whoopi had an attitude, but again, I think the dumbest one is Sonny. Sonny is just dumb. But and Joy Behar, I think she like Joy Behar and Whoopi are the ones with the attitude. But if you just want just the one that's just a straight ditz, that's Sonny Hostin. Sonny Hostin is just a straight ditz. But you know, but Whoopi and Jill would probably walk off the show. Maybe you know what? Yeah, yeah, Nancy. Nancy, it's that show. They have to do something big in order to save the show because that show is on the verge of just being canceled. So again, I think the MAGA hat is a ploy to reel in people because again, I don't watch The View, but that would be viral. That would be a viral moment, and that would be their opportunity to reel the MAGA people into that show. So again, if she wears the hat, if she doesn't make an excuse and actually wears the hat, that means it's a marketing ploy. I think though, I think what's going to happen, she's going to make an excuse, and if she makes an excuse, that's going to discredit her. And it's like, oh well, I'll wear a MAGA hat. If Trump is able to do that, and you don't wear the MAGA hat, you're further discredited. However, if you wear the MAGA hat, you will bring more people in. So again, we will see. We will see, Nancy, because again, if they're smart, it's a good marketing ploy to reel people in. If they do that dumb shit where like, oh well, technically Trump's not president, Biden's the president, so he don't, so I'm not gonna wear the MAGA hat. That would not be a good move, and that would basically further discredit them. But the media has a habit of doubling down on their failures, on their misinformation, on their yeah, they just double down. So they'll probably just double down on their nonsense and further discredit themselves and lose more viewers. That's my take on it. But if they were smart, they would reel people in with the MAGA hat. That's how I would do it. If they're smart, I don't know if they're even smart. I don't know. I don't know, Nancy. I don't know. I don't know. But if it was me, I would use the MAGA hat as a ploy to reel more people in because now we're curious. Like, dang, yeah, I would watch the show to see that. So yeah, imagine how many if we're saying that, imagine how many MAGA people are saying the same thing. Well, I would watch it. Reel you in, reel you in. It's fishing. I don't know if you I don't know if you like fishing, Nancy, but if you like fishing, then you already know that's a bait. That's a bait to lure. That's bait. That's bait. So, you know, um, Nancy said he is evil, but the videos of Biden tripping, videos of him rambling. I have seen some funny videos of Biden. So have I, Nancy. So have I. Let me say, that's what's got me through the 4 years of the Biden administration. Watching them videos like that, I'm just like, wow. And like I said, I shouldn't be laughing, nobody tripping and having a mental breakdown, but the shit was funny. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just being honest with you. It was funny to watch. So, but in the back of my mind, I was like, damn, if he breaks his hip, that's not gonna be good. You know what I'm saying? Because he just kept falling, and I'm like, ooh, he could do some serious damage because he can't, um, heal as fast. Now, when we talk about elderly people and them not healing, I bet you, as evil as Nancy Pelosi is, she's gonna heal. Because evil people heal. Like normal people like us, we get injured, we don't heal. But evil people like Nancy Pelosi, she's gonna heal. Because we heard about her fall and all that, and I'm just like, oh man, she's gonna end up in a wheelchair. Watch Nancy Pelosi heal. Because she's that evil. She's that much of a backstabber that she'll heal. She'll heal because she's not human. Nancy Pelosi is a demon. She's a demon. That's why if she heals her hip, she's not human. She's a demon. Watch what I tell you. She said, can't stand Nancy Pelosi. Right. Watch what I tell you. If Nancy Pelosi heals, she's a demon. She's not a human. Watch what I tell you. She's going to heal, and that we will have proof that she's not a human, that she's a demon. Because ain't no way an 80-year-old woman takes a fall like that, ends up in the hospital. Like I said, most normal humans can't, they won't be able to heal. If she heals, we know she ain't human. Watch what I tell you. Watch what I tell you. Okay, so Mac's in the house. What up, Mac? What up, Mac? Yeah, we just man, we're just tripping off how Biden. I don't know if you heard, Mac, but Biden uh, took credit for Trump's negotiation. I know, Mac, you're not surprised. I know you're not surprised, but it's just so blatant because we know that Trump is the one that set up the deal, and now Biden's taking credit for it. So it's just, and then I don't know if you heard, Mac, is that one of the ladies on the View said if Trump is successful in the negotiation, she'll wear a MAGA hat. Well, now that Biden's taking credit, that allows her to get out and say, well, Trump, actually, it was Biden that one that did it, so I don't have to wear the MAGA hat. We see that kind of stuff makes us disgusted. It's like, man, keep your word, honor your word. Don't play us like that. Don't play us like that. But if they're smart, they will use that to lure people in as a marketing ploy, and it will go viral. It will go viral if she comes on with the mega hat. That will give them something to talk about. That will give them so much material for weeks. For weeks. And people's eyes will be glued on the View if they're smart. Because they're Democrats, I don't think they're smart like that. They're stubborn and they like to double down on dumbness. So what can I say? What can I say? Um, Nancy says, "Is it really truly sad to be honest?" But I couldn't help but laugh. Okay, thank you, Nancy. Now I don't feel so bad. Thank you for admitting that. Now I don't feel so bad admitting it because I laughed like hell when Biden was doing those blunders, when he was having these mental relapse. I was laughing. I was laughing. You know why I was laughing, Nancy? Because of first of all opening that border like that, and because you have Lake and Riley and other young ladies that have perished because of the open border policy. So I was like, yeah, they deserve that. So yeah, I was laughing. Straight up, I was laughing. But it was funny too. But my laughing was justified. Like normally I wouldn't laugh at that. I mean, I would laugh at that, but I wouldn't admit it because it's not it's not it's you don't want to be laughing at when you see an elderly person fall over or be having just some dementia dialogue. You don't want to laugh at that, or at least be in public laughing at that because it's just uncivilized. But because of all the evil they did, hey, laugh at it, y'all. Enjoy it because that's karma. That's karma. That's karma for Lake and Riley. That's karma for all the people who have died because of the open border policy. American citizens that have suffered because of that. Us laughing is justified. So enjoy it. So when you watch the videos of Biden blundering and falling, enjoy it. Laugh at it. Enjoy it because it was his administration that allowed open borders and allowed this chaos to come across our border. Like I said, America's not perfect. We got crime, but we don't need foreign crime on top of our crime. So we got our crime, and then we got over the border crime on top of our crime. So hey, there it is. There it is, huh? Huh? There it is. Okay. So can't stand Nancy Pelosi. No. Chubbs, what's going on? Chubbs in the house. Lying Biden. Mac is okay. I'm glad you in a good mood, Mac, because he straight jacked Trump's negotiation. He just straight took credit for it. He just straight took credit for it, and then the media is trying to spin it like, yeah, Biden, oh my gosh, that was so wonderful with your negotiations. It's like, huh? What? And in media, yeah, they're doubling down on the lies. But are we surprised? No, we're not surprised. But they're like, oh my gosh, Biden, oh, he's so wonderful. Oh my gosh, he's going to be one of the greatest presidents of all time. His negotiation skills are just, oh my God, Biden. And I'm just like, y'all people are sick. Y'all are sick. Y'all just was criticizing Trump about being Orange Hitler, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, Orange Hitler's gonna go in there, and he said all hell's gonna break loose." Like this is their narrative, and then a day later when Biden comes, they're like, "Oh my gosh, oh Biden, oh Biden, oh you're so wonderful." Man, y'all, media is just a damn joke. Media is they double down on their dumbness. This is what they do. Max said Democrats are the most dishonest people. Mac, will you tell your family members that voted for Kamala? Can you tell them that? Can you tell your family members that voted for Kamala Harris? Can you tell them that, please? Can you do that for me? Thanks, Mac. Got it. Thanks, Mac. Because, you know, just like you, I got family members that are still in the dark about the Democrats. They still in the dark. They still got their heads up their asses when it comes to goddamn the Democrats. So can you do that for me? Can you inform your family members? Can you tell them that? Mac, please? Thank you. Okay. So Chubb says, Biden, I am not shocked. He's a glory. Right. You got to laugh at this, though, man. Like lying Biden. You got to laugh at Biden, man, for taking credit for Trump. And Trump, that like the news media got on Trump, called him Hitler, talking about, oh, all hell's break loose. They really doubled down on the Hitler narrative. And then the next day, they're like, oh, Biden, oh, he's so wonderful. Oh, my gosh. Like, y'all, y'all must think that we're silly and don't realize that y'all are silly. Y'all are silly, news media. But y'all trying to play us like we silly. Like it wasn't even 24 hours when Trump said all hell's gonna break loose. Y'all were calling him Orange Hitler. Y'all calling him Orange Hitler, and then goddamn 24 hours later, Joe Biden makes a press conference. Oh yeah, I made the same deal. I made the same deal 6 months ago. Like Biden, boy, but you gotta laugh at Biden, man. But my thing is that I let Biden have that because he has dementia. So I let Biden have that, but it's the people who are doubling down on the lie and back and like the news media. Oh my gosh, Biden, y'all are ridiculous. See, Biden has an excuse. Biden has dementia. So if Biden get up there, oh well, I made the deal, and because in Biden's mind, he has dementia, but he knows he's still president, and these people were released. So, I must have did that. Oh yeah, I did make the deal. Oh yeah, so he's demented. So I'm not gonna even fault Biden. Yeah, y'all heard me. I'm not gonna even fault Biden. I'm not gonna even call Biden a liar. Biden has dementia. So he probably actually thought he did that deal. He actually thought he probably negotiated that deal with Hamas and Israel. He probably thought he did that. And so I'm not going to be mad at Biden. But the people around Biden, I'm going to fault them for goddamn taking that lie. Because y'all just called Trump Hitler for saying that all hell's going to break loose. Because Trump said, look, y'all get this resolved before I get in an office or all hell's going to break loose. They're like, oh my gosh, he's Hitler. Orange man bad. You're bad. Trump, you're bad. Oh my gosh. And 24 hours later, oh my gosh, Biden is such a good negotiator. Man, y'all are some jokes. But again, Biden gets a pass because he has dementia. Yeah, y'all heard me. He gets a pass, but he has dementia. Biden has dementia, so he gets a pass. So if he thinks that he did that, then like, oh yeah, Biden, you did that. Yeah, you negotiated between Hamas and Israel. Yeah, good job, Biden. But don't lie to us. Don't lie to us. But yeah, oh gosh. The emperor has no clothes, y'all. The emperor has no clothes. They are feeding this man's lie, and this man is demented. He thinks he negotiated that deal between Hamas and Israel. And it's like, damn, don't lie to us, though. You can lie to Biden, but don't lie to us. Don't play us. Because y'all just called, just 24 hours ago, y'all were calling Trump Orange Hitler for saying that all hell's going to break loose if they don't release those hostages. So don't play with us like that. That's all I'm saying. Don't play with us. Max said, I disavow family members who voted Kamala. Hey, Mac, you got to do what you got to do, bro. Mac, you got to do what you got to do, bro. Um, got to do what you got to do, Mac. Hey, hey, you got to do what you got to do because people that voted for Kamala need some help. And that goes for my family members too. They need some help because it's like, But you know what, Mac? I don't even. Let me just say this: for your family members and my family members that voted for Kamala, they don't even know about politics. And I will say this, Mac. I did the same thing when I voted for Obama years ago. 12 years ago when I voted for Obama, I did the same thing. I voted on Obama. Oh, he's black. So I did that too, but I had to wake up. So for your family members and my family members, they just have to wake up. I don't know what it'll take for them to wake up, but we've woken up and we all had different stages where we woken up. And I did a video the other day. I said I woke up when I found out that Obama had executed three American, let me say this, three American, let me say it again, three American citizens. But they made it seem like, oh, Obama drone, three Muslim terrorists from Yemen. No, they were American born. So they didn't get their due process. So that woke me up, Mac. And for some people, the open borders woke them up. Some people, the harsh economy woke them up. Some people, I don't know. There was different things that woke different people up. It's sad to say, damn, if you ain't woke up by now, I don't know what will. But who knows? Who knows? I have an older sister that voted for Kamala Harris, and I'm just like, but my sister, she kind of bumped her head a couple times. She's been in a couple car accidents, so I let it slide though, Mac. So, Mac, you got to look at, did your family members that vote for Kamala, were they in car accidents? Did they bump their head? Did they get in a sports accident? Did they slip and fall? Maybe before you disavow your family members, find out if they injured, bump their head or something. Mac, that's all. Be compassionate, Mac. Find out maybe they slipped and bumped their head. Maybe they were in the shower and blip, boom, boom. Oh, I'm gonna vote for Kamala Harris because I think that's what happened to my sister. My sister literally she bumped her head. She bumped her head a couple of times, but I think she bumped her head one day and got up and was like, I'm gonna vote for Kamala Harris. I think that's what happened. So I think we have to be compassionate. But Mac, you're a grown man. I'm not telling you what to do. I would never do that. But I'm just saying, at least look into if they maybe hit their head or something, Mac. That's all I'm saying. Maybe they might have had an accident. Maybe they got in a car accident you didn't know about. Maybe it's maybe it's that too, Mac. Maybe they could be hitting the pipe. So we have to be compassionate. We have to find out what is the link. Like I said, my sister bumped her head a couple of times. She's been in car. She's not the greatest driver in the world. So we have to be compassionate. So I do know my sister has hit her head a couple of times. So when she said she's going with Kamala, I was like, my sister did bump her head. So we have to be compassionate. So, but again, you're a grown man, man. I can't tell you what to do. I'm just saying, if you could just please look into if maybe they had an accident or if they slip and fell or something. So for your family members, don't cut them off. Just look into, and if they've been smoking crack, I don't know. But it was something that happened. They might have, I'm gonna vote for Kamala Harris, bumped their head, got in a car accident, boom! Oh, I broke my leg. I'm gonna vote for Kamala Harris. You don't know. You don't know. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, y'all. Oh, thanks for the likes too, man. Thanks for the likes and share, man. Y'all, woo, yeah. Nancy says, "Oh, Mac, that's a damn shame. I hate to see that." Yeah, Mac. Like I said, just look into it first before you disembowel them. See if they've had some maybe head trauma, maybe smoked the pipe, crack trauma, or some type of trauma. Maybe there's some type of trauma related to why they voted for Kamala Harris. Again, I looked into my sister's trauma, and she hit her head. She bumped her head. So, oh, this truck next to me broke down. There go Mr. D, man. I ain't seen Mr. D in years. Yeah, Mr. D, he's a cool cat, man. Mr. D is a cool cat, bro. Now, Mr. D, because he's older, he don't look. Mr. D's an albino, but now he's got gray hair, and I guess his albinoism. It didn't look like it went away. Hold on, let me look. Now, yeah, you see, it's gray. It used to be all yellow, but Mr. D now, no, Mr. D just looks like an old white man now. But no, Mr. D, he's from Jamaica. He's a brother, but he has albinoism. He has albinoism, but now that he's older, he's gray. It doesn't look like he has albinoism no more. He looks like an old white guy. He looks like an old white guy now. Let me show you Mr. D, man. If I could. No, I don't want to be showing Mr. D like that, man. I don't want to invade his privacy, man. But he's a cool cat, though. I met him in Texas. Met him in Texas, man. I never worked. Um, I've always worked with him. Like I said, I worked with him in not for him, but with him. We all worked. Like I said, I met him in Texas when it was a bunch of trucks that went from Georgia to Texas. And believe it or not, we worked under Dick Cheney of all people. Yeah, Dick Cheney has a construction company, y'all, in Texas. Uh, he has dump trucks. He has a paver. He has an asphalt company. Dick Cheney has all that in Texas. So yeah, um, yeah. So yeah, I worked. We worked for Dick Cheney for I think like a month or two, and it rained there the whole time. So I didn't even get to make a whole lot of money because we were sitting because it was raining so much. We were in Beaumont. I was in Beaumont, Texas, y'all. So let me get back to the chat. I'm sorry, y'all. Nancy said I never voted for Obama. I wish I could say the same thing, Nancy, because Obama, he is so spiteful and so evil. But did you see him at the did you see him at the Jimmy Carter funeral? And they said Obama right next to Trump. And because this is what I've heard, Nancy, because Michelle found out they were sitting right next to Trump, she didn't want to come. That's just so petty. I think that's so petty, but no, but Obama showed up. He went on ahead and showed up, and him and Trump, they were having a good time, and then the liberals, they had a fallout over that. They were so upset that Obama, oh, how could you talk to Trump? And oh, you're just having such a good time, and you know, Hillary was stank face, and then Paula kept looking back. She was all stank face. It was just, man, it was some miserable people at that damn funeral. But yeah, Obama and Trump, they were they were having a good time. So I mean, I don't know. People were upset about that. I wasn't upset about it. I mean, to see Obama and Trump, talk like that and have a good time, and I believe Trump invited Obama for golf. I mean, but hey, if Lincoln can do it, Trump can do it. Again, my favorite book of all time is Shelley Foote's Civil War, and it talks about how Lincoln had to calm people down because they wanted to hang Jefferson Davis. They wanted to arrest General Lee. And Lincoln was like, no, 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 don't do all that. So um, Lincoln Lincoln was one of the most forgiving presidents of our lifetime. He was very forgiving because yeah, a lot of people wanted the South to pay. They wanted them to pay, and they wanted Jefferson Davis. They wanted Thomas. What's his name? Jefferson Jefferson Davis, who was the Confederate president, they wanted him to be hung, and so but Lincoln was like, "No, man, don't, no, no, we're not gonna do that. Those are Americans, just like we are." They just had a difference of opinion, and so yeah, Lincoln was very forgiving. So lesson learned. Lesson learned, y'all. So Max said maybe it's a crack. Nancy said, "Do you get along with your sister though?" Yeah, no, we get along. I just, I joke. I said, "Dang, Monique, you okay?" I know you hit your head. I joke with her, but no, me and my sister get along. That's my older sister. Both my sister, now my younger sister, she's in Qatar right now, and she has property in Poland. She don't really get into politics because she's not in the U.S. So she's more into and that's why I love doing my international. That's why I get on here and I talk about Ukraine and Putin because my sister has vested interests in Poland. So, she has property in Poland. So that's what got me into the whole international thing. So when I talk about Putin and Zelensky and all that and international stuff, is because that's where her focus be. So, I give y'all my take on that. So my younger sister, she's into more international stuff, but my older sister, I don't even think she even knows politics, to be honest with you. Like she doesn't even know enough to even have a debate or a discussion or a disagreement. All she knows is Orange Man bad. So the media, my sister is in her 60s. And so she's part of the generation who still watches the CNN, the ABCs, the CBSs. She still believes everything that they say. And that's not only my sister, but everybody in that generation still believes the media. And they don't watch the internet like we do. And so they don't get another perspective of like, yo, this is fake news. And so by her just being focused on the fake stream media, that's her reality. And so she don't even know policy. Like she doesn't know about the open borders, the lake and ride. Like she really, that's why I don't really get on people who are like on the left because they really don't know policy like that. They don't know. Because if they knew, Trump not only would have won a landslide, he would have beat Ronald Reagan. He would have won every state if people knew the policy. If they knew Trump's policy. Like, forget about Orange Man bad, Trump is Hitler, forget about all that. If they just concentrated on his policy, think about that, y'all. If they would have just concentrated on Trump's policies, but because the Democrats and people who voted for Kamala Harris they were focused on, oh, Trump is evil, Trump is Hitler. That's what they were focused on. And that's what like, oh, we gotta vote because Trump is Hitler. That's why they voted. They didn't know nothing about Kamala Harris policies. Like, let me tell you something. My sister, my sister, who obviously is a black woman, grew up on Janet Jackson. I'm pretty sure she didn't know nothing about Kamala's people attacking Janet Jackson. She knew nothing about Kamala being the DA who arrested Michael Jackson. I don't think my sister knows this stuff. A lot of people don't know this stuff. People on the MAGA people didn't even know this. So not only people on the left didn't know this, people on the right didn't know this. A lot of people don't remember. My younger sister remembers because she had to deal with Kamala Harris on a tip because, um, she had to deal with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Kamala Harris because my sister ran a business and she was being taxed like hell and she had to go through all these things and she remembers um, the penalties and shit and that's how and then she remembers the whole Michael Jackson thing. So yeah, my sister didn't forget. My younger sister has a very good memory, but my older sister, she don't remember that. Like my older sister Again, she just watches the mainstream media and that's it. My younger sister's like me. She watches the internet. She watches international news. So you just can't just say anything to my younger sister. My older sister, yeah, you can tell her anything and she'll fall for it. As long as you say, well, it was on CNN. They said it on CNN. CNN said there were those drones, those are aliens, and she'll believe it because CNN says it, or because ABC says it, or because CNN, whatever fake stream media, if they say, well, there were those drones over New Jersey, that was an alien invasion, she'll believe it and won't question it. She will believe it because the news media said so, and people her age, not all people, but they get stuck on the mainstream media and they believe it. So that's the relationship with my older sister, man. So yeah, shout out. Y'all see my younger sister, Nature Mom. She's been on the show, but my older sister, Rule Breaker, that's her daughter. But my older sister's never been on the internet. She's never been on the internet, as far as I know, or yeah, on YouTube. But uh, my younger sister has. She's been on this show plenty of. If y'all go back on the archives, Nature Mom, y'all see she's been on here plenty of times. But now that she has her band, she's managing her band. She hasn't been on because she's doing her band full time. She's managing full time, and then she's trying to run a business full time. She's got her hands full, and she's overseas. So shout out to Nature Mom. You know, I know Mac misses her, man. But yeah, y'all. Let me get back to these comments. Uh, um, Nancy says my sister-in-law voted for Kamala. She absolutely hates Trump. She gets mad if we ever talk about him. Again, Nancy, your sister has been indoctrinated to think that Trump is Hitler. If she would have just pushed aside that Trump is Hitler and just focus on the policies and just vote strictly on policies, your sister, if she would know, if she knew about policies, she would have voted for Trump over Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris' policies are horrible. However, your sister, I guarantee, just like my sister, was told that Trump was Hitler, and that's why she's voting. Because Trump is Hitler. That's it. A lot of people voted because Trump is Orange Hitler. Oh my gosh, he's going to push in concentration camps, and that's why they voted. That's what they voted on. Know nothing about policies. You say, well, what about the policies? They'd be like, huh? Policies? What are those? What are policies? What are those? Trump is Hitler. But Trump is Hitler, though. That's all, you know. And you begin to talk about policies and gas prices, food prices, I don't know, open borders. All that shit goes over their head. Like, but Trump is Hitler. Trump is Hitler. So that's what we're dealing with. Like I said, and people who voted Kamala Harris don't even know politics. So your sister, like my sister, Nancy, don't even know policy. All they know is Trump, orange man bad. Orange man bad. That's all they know. That's all they know. People in the news media don't even talk about policy. They don't want to talk about open border. They don't want to talk about open borders and Lake and Riley. And they don't want to talk about that. Orange man bad. When Trump said all hell break loose, they said, oh, Trump is, see, he's Hitler. See, he's a dictator. And then 24 hours later, oh, Biden, oh, your negotiation skills are so wonderful. You can't make this stuff up. Nancy, you can't make this stuff up. You can't. Lincoln aged so much quickly while in office. He did. Yo, yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. Lincoln aged like bad. Like he aged really badly. And I think Lincoln had some vitamin deficiencies. I think, you know, he has some deficiencies, man, because he was not the healthiest looking man. Even though, you know, it's funny because Lincoln in his earlier years, you know, Lincoln was a wrestler. He was a wrestler, and uh, he was more filled out. You know, he was more, you know, bulky. But as he became president, he actually lost weight. A lot of people don't know that. It's hard to find photos of younger Lincoln, but Lincoln was like kind of, he was yoked up. He was slinging axes and all that. He was a wrestler. A lot of people don't know that, Nancy. Abraham Lincoln was a wrestler. But when he went into office, his not only his health, but his weight started declining. Like he started getting skinny. He dropped a lot of weight. So yeah, you're right. Lincoln dropped a lot of weight because yeah, he was like, like Andre the Giant. Like he was he was 6'3", 6'4". He was tall. He was taller than me, and he was yoked up. He was yoked up, and when he became president, he started just losing weight, and all his weight just dropped. So all those photos we see was him after he lost all his weight, Nancy. So yeah, when he's like, when his face is all sunken in and all that, yeah, he had a lot of vitamin deficiencies, and he lost a lot of weight. A lot of people don't know about that about Lincoln, but when you read books about Lincoln and you read about his younger life, and you're like, wait, he was a wrestler? And then he was like slinging axes and chopping down wood. So he was according to what I've read, he was yoked up. But then when you look at the photos when he became president, and then when you pay attention to books that write about his wife, it kind of his wife kind of gives it away. But yeah, Lincoln and people who have been around Lincoln, they kind of hint on, yeah, his they didn't outright say it, but yeah, his weight just dropped. A lot of his weight just dropped, and so yeah, he had a lot of deficiencies. He wasn't eating well. He wasn't sleeping. You know, obviously he was under a lot of high stress, but they said the man would hardly get any sleep. He would hardly eat. So yeah, his health dropped a whole lot. His weight dropped a whole lot, but in his younger years, yeah, he was yoked up. He had more weight on him when he was younger, but as he got older, his health and his weight, it all, like I said, his weight just dropped. So yeah, but just based on what I read on Lincoln, I've read, uh, well, it's funny. I'm trying to think of some books that uh, that I can recommend to y'all to get an idea of how he was. But yeah, they said he was a wrestler, so he was in good shape. Like I said, he would do wrestling competitions, and he would get paid. Like before he was got into politics, he was a wrestler and he was a woodsman. So he was very active, and like I said, he was very in shape. He was very athletic, but that all that when he got into politics, it just sunk. So yeah, y'all check that out. I'm trying to see. I can't remember the books. One of my favorite books is Shelley Foote's Civil War, but that's the whole Civil War. So they talk about everybody in the book, but they kind of mention some of Lincoln here and there. They hit on, but they do mention in Shelley Foote's Civil War that Lincoln was a wrestler. So and you can kind of get an idea of his physique and his physical health, and then they like to say they hint on him losing weight. Let's say you got to when you read it, you got to catch it. You got to catch it. Because they'll say stuff like he was under high stress and he wouldn't get no sleep, and so they would not outright say his health was declining, but you can kind of get the hints if that makes any sense. So yeah, Lincoln, yeah, his weight and his health was declining. So even if he wasn't assassinated, he would have died in poor health. This is my opinion, but so but compared to his younger years to his older years, yeah, he lost a lot of weight. But yeah, he did age quickly. They're basically the add on to your point, Nancy. Yeah, Nancy also said my brother told me his wife threw stuff one time over Trump. Wait, huh? Wait. My brother told me his wife threw stuff one time over Trump. Huh? Are you talking about you talking about Melania? Melania. Okay. Melania, I talked about it yesterday. She has not been happy since that raid, but I won't get into that. But yeah, I talked about that yesterday. But Tina says I have a hard time talking, taking everyone serious if they watch the mainstream news networks. Tina, I'm the same way, but they, you know, Tina, how do you break a habit? Like these people who watch the news, most of them are in their 60s and 70s, and they have been watching the news their whole life. And so, out of habit, I know what you're saying, but how do you break these people out of the habit? How do you tell them that what they've been watching is a lie? Like, I think at some point, the news media has some legitimacy. I think in the 70s and 80s, I think the news media has somewhat some legitimacy, even somewhat into the 90s. But I don't know, man. How do you convince people that this is some BS that they're watching? How do you convince them? Like I don't know. So I get what you're saying. You can't take them seriously, and I totally agree with your sentiment. But how do we resolve? Like how do we? Damn, I don't know. Like how do you tell people who are in their 60s and 70s that what you watching is some bullshit? Like how do you tell them that? Like how do you? And they look at the internet as something evil. The older generation look at the internet is Satan. It's an evil place. Don't go there. I think they have a mentality like don't go near the internet. The internet is full of porn. The internet is full of pedophilia. The internet is full of Satanism. The internet is full of like snuff films. Like they think of the internet as this evil place, and so it's hard to convince people who are this generation because they believe the internet is evil, that is Satan. And so they don't go near the internet. And so they don't have access to the stuff that we have access to because they think the internet is this evil place. So Generation X, we're the oldest generation to just straight embrace the internet. The Generation Xers. The ones beyond that, they think the internet is evil. They literally think that Satan is going to possess their soul if they come on the internet. Like I don't know. So my sister's one of them. I think she thinks that if she looks at the internet, that she'll be condemned to go to hell. That the demons are going to pop out of her computer. I don't know. So Chubb says the problem we have in America is we vote for race and gender. That's true. The Democrats do, not studying what they believe, and we need to quit that and study what the persons believe in. So Chubbs, what you just described, Chubbs, is a person who has transitioned from being a Democrat into a Republican. Once you start studying policies, you become a Republican. There's no way around it. Well, let me not even say Republican. You become MAGA. You become MAGA. I'm not even say Republican. You become MAGA. So this is a new paradigm because before MAGA, the Republicans were bullshit. Now I will say this: yeah, I voted for Obama, but Romney was full of shit. Mitt Romney was full of shit, and show was a goddamn what's his name? The guy, the war. What's his name? John McCain. John McCain was full of shit. John McCain and Mitt Romney was full of shit. Not saying that Obama was full of shit, but Obama knew how to slick talk. See, Mitt Romney, see, both parties were full of shit. You just had a smooth talking goddamn pimp by the name of Barack Obama, and I said, whoa, that brother smooth, I'm gonna vote for him. Right, that was based on race. But look at the other option. He ran against Mitt Romney, who was full of shit, who's still full of shit today, and you had John McCain, who was full of shit. So, but after Trump, there's no excuse. So let me say this, Chubbs. Trump, MAGA, there's no excuse. Before MAGA, there was an excuse. You would say, well, damn, the damn Republicans are fucking a bunch of herbs and shit, and they were. So we had options like Bill Clinton, Barack Obama, because they were cool. Now, That worked back then, but it doesn't work anymore. So now there's no excuse, Chubbs. We can't vote based on race and personality and all that. And that's why Kamala Harris lost, because she thought, well, I'm going to hire Beyonce. I'm going to hire Oprah Winfrey. I'm going to hire Meg Thee Stallion. I'm going to hire Taylor Swift. I'm going to hire all these celebrities. And it didn't work for her, because at one point in time, that was the key. During Clinton, who smoked weed, and, Monica Lewinsky, I did not have sex with her, and Barack Obama, slick talking Barry, that was cool back then, but that only worked for them, and that only worked for us to learn from, so that we don't fall for that shit no more. So yeah, I fell for the Obama, and not only did I fall for Obama, I fell for Bill Clinton. Like, play the saxophone and smoke the weed, Monica Lewinsky, I fell for that shit. I'm like, damn, Bill Clinton cool as hell. Then Barack Obama came, like, Barack Obama cool as hell, but we don't fall for that shit no more. Because Trump came along and like, man, enough with the bullshit. These are the policies, and we're gonna drain the swamp. And he was like, drain the swamp? Wait a minute, there's swamp creatures in D.C.? And Trump exposed that. And that's why they tried to lock up Trump. And so Trump brought in a whole new paradigm. Like, okay, it's time to take care of business. That's what MAGA brought in. And so, yeah, after Trump, there's no excuse. But before Trump, there's an excuse. Now, if you voted for Bill Clinton and Obama, learn from that. And that's what I did. I learned from it. But MAGA allowed us to grow out of that shit. That's why I don't even like Republicans. I like MAGA. Republicans fought like hell to be on that J6 committee to goddamn get Trump with these trumped up charges. And then this is why they're worried about Liz Cheney. This is why they're like, whoa, well, they asked Miss Bondi yesterday, well, are you going to go after Liz Cheney? Like, well, Miss Liz Cheney must have did something wrong. You must think Liz Cheney's guilty. But again, if you think Liz Cheney is in this danger, just have Biden partner. That's all. Just have Biden, the Great Awakening. Exactly, Daniel B. MAGA, people can say and argue that it's the Great Awakening. Agreed. Okay, so let's get to Nancy. Oh, wait. I don't want to skip nobody's. Okay, so next comments by Nancy. She says, no, my sister-in-law. And then Nancy says, X has been my go-to to see a lot over the years just how evil the Democrats are. Facts. And this is why they want to censor, because they want to keep their image, Nancy. They want to keep this persona like, oh no, the Democrats are cool and we're the angels and we take the higher ground, like bullshit. The queen of the Democrats, again, I will contribute money when Nancy Pelosi passes away to build a statue of Nancy with a big steak knife, because she is the epitome of the Democrats. The Democrats are a party of backstabbers. Okay? Nancy Pelosi gets the biggest knife because she backstabbed Joe Biden, the president. It's like, how do you backstab the Democrat with the highest position, the president? I'm going to tell you how. It's called Nancy Pelosi. Like, we backstab everybody, and Joe's no exception. I had to do it. Y'all see the interview? I had to stab him in the back. What? Oh, all right, y'all. They're gonna have a meeting. I don't know why they're having a meeting, but it's H&H. They have meetings. So let me go, y'all. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Mac. Shout out to Chubbs. I love y'all. Shout out to Tina, man. Let me get going. I'm out, y'all. Peace.